All right, welcome Fusion fans to another day of Fusion Hockey. We are at the United Civic Center with your game between Superior and your St. Croix Fusion. With me today is Andrew Nelson. How you doing, Andrew?
Doing great. It's starting to warm up. I'm not going to say you can sense that spring is in the air, but it feels warmer.
Yeah.
You know, sun's out. Back for another. Is this the end of a week or start of the next stretch of hockey? But it's been a good one. We are in the throes of hockey season, and the girls feel it. But here we are, Saturday, and about to do starting lineup here. So
for today's girls hockey game between the St. Croix Valley Fusion and the Superior Spartans. WIA wants to remind you good sportsmanship at all athletic events. Please cheer on your team in a positive manner. And now let's get to today's starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Spartans. At defense, number 12, Aurelia Hardinger. Her partner, number 14, Ava Shanky. And your forwards, number 2, Gabby Schultes. Number 17, Mackenzie Nordness. And number 7, Adeline Severin. And in goal, number 30, Ava Dahl. And the rest of the Spartans. And now for the home team, the Fusion. At defense, number 28, Liliana Lansing. Her partner, number 38, Audrey Gullick. And your forwards at center, number 31, Lila Dexheimer. At right wing, number 8, Lacey Knowles. And at left wing, number 29, Kylan Rutten. And in goal, number 35, Hannah Latham. And the rest of the Fusion players. At this time, we ask that you please rise. Remove your caps, push your hand over your heart as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Senior Day. We will be celebrating our seniors between the first and second period of the varsity game. Also, a special recognition to a birthday today, Mr. Corny Zevenbergen's 40th birthday. Let's wish everybody, let's wish Corny a birthday today. Happy birthday, Corny.
all right. I did that the other night.
Little rusty.
And Chris was already a little irritated with my knob pushing, and I had him crisscrossed, and I cut him off a couple of times. Oh, the amount of, crap, this is going to cost me a drink or two. And for the whole
you
Fusion
guys
family.
did a great job stepping up while I was out, and For the most part, the JV game went off without a hitch, right?
It did. It did, which is a testament to your preparation and teaching.
Yeah.
And then when the varsity game went a little awry early on, is a testament
to panic sets in. You start clicking stuff.
Yes.
But you got it back up and going. So
we did. And it's there for review for anybody. That's what was freaking us out. We couldn't see it.
Yeah.
All right, coming out for the Fusion today, senior day, got the real sense. This is our oldest line that we could put out there for JV with 2 juniors and 3 seniors out there. So a little nod to the seniority, I think, on senior day. Audrey Golick, we'll see what kind of action these guys can spur up. It's not your normal lines, but I don't think that matters. JV has really gotten used to playing with different girls throughout the year.
Yeah. And what a year it's been, right? Undefeated season, lots of shutouts.
It is.
Some good hockey.
Yep. I would love to see the season total shot count. And if you drop maybe 2 games, then the rest it falls off quick. So that's a testament to team defense and just all-around hustle. So, all right, on the ice now, you got McKenna Schultz, Mickey Bell, and Reese Nelson is set up at left wing, it looks like, today. So they bumped her up. Not sure who the girls are that are sitting. I think I saw Harper Withers was out, and I'm guessing we'll figure it out as the day goes, who gets called, who doesn't. So, all right, back to hockey. We got Audrey Golick there trying to hold the zone. Just unfortunate flip of a pass that gets thrown or deflected back into the zone. Superior hustles down, gets a shot off. Nothing happening. And I don't even know that will go as a shot because it was wide right anyway. All right, so with the change, now we're getting into what I'm guessing are more set lines. You've got Dexheimer, Ronning, and let's see, the other forward there is Liliana Lansing. And then defending here, we got Kaylee Barris, back out on the ice tonight with Addison Larimore, number 30 there. All right, Ronning to gain the zone, assess her options. And I'm curious to see how this game shapes up with some of the scouting report intel we have, but we won't go into that until need be, because we may be equally surprised as well.
Yes.
All right. Lansing tries to push it ahead down to Ronning, and puck's going to go opposite corner there. Pressed up as that's Kaylee Barris presses down. Holds the zone. Like other games, it looks like they have 2 shifts worth of skaters or girls out there compared to a full Fusion bench. So I know we've mentioned it in the past. This will go for an icing on how we kind of win the war of attrition by the 3rd period if things are still kicking. And we have had some games that are straight up battles to the very end. I think there's been 2 of them this year that we needed all 51 minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
Or at least a solid 48 of them to really establish comfort. All right, so we are back to the Knowles. Looks like Bell is center, but Knowles and Rutten are the wingers here. Rutten's going to push it down to Bell as she reverses back up here near side. Drops for, that's Golick at D. So Golick and Van Ranst. Superior's going to, can't quite come away with it. Turns it over in a dangerous spot. First save of the day made by the Superior goalie. And so far, so good. Got fresh set of forwards coming out here. So this is Dexheimer with Nelson and Schultz. See if they can generate some offense. Face-off goes to Superior. So the Spartans press it ahead. Might go for, we got another icing coming, and it's going to be called. Looks like we're getting 2 new defenders, so Van Ranst and Golick go off in exchange for Addison Larimore and Kaylee Lansing. All right, face off one. Nelson kicks it back to Lansing. She presses it down deep into the zone. Nelson harassing behind the net. Dexheimer comes away with it. She's going to do a big loop, drops it off for Larimore. Schultz picks it up in the corner. She's getting pressured by 2 Spartans. Nelson comes over to support. She comes away with it, kicks it up to the point. Larimore fires. Shots low. Goes just wide. Too much chasing there. And Lansing fires one. Another defended shot. Nelson collects behind the net. She goes around near side over to Schultz. She's going to pump it back at Nelson, and going back and forth, playing a little not keep away, or a bad game of keep away because they gave it right back to the Spartans. All right. So we're going to press down as the Fusion not quite going for a line change. Looks like we're kind of floating around out there right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we just need to settle down. And
all right, so Dexheimer's going to dump, which allows the completion of the previous line change that Nelson, and long shot, more of a dump in, was covered with some applause. So
yeah, big shout out for this goaltender.
It is.
So we have the senior goalie for Superior had broken a kneecap, right, which made their JV goalie come up to varsity. And this goaltender, I believe, was 7 days.
Yeah, that's
she's been on the ice.
7 days. She was pulled from the field turf side, so grass to ice. She is the goaltender for their soccer team. So I guess there's some angle principles going on,
yeah,
but grass and soccer ball meets ice and hockey puck.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes.
There was a lot of cheers for that save. Right?
There was.
It was.
And
so far, she's stayed in front of the puck.
She is. She's tracking it nicely, and we'll see if general flexibility comes into play and moving. We'll see. And did that one go in?
That was a goal.
That was a goal. There we go. That's why I was trying not to talk about it. Because just like that, a shot from the point by Audrey Golick. Scores, sneaks by on the pad, just above the pad. So that brings, with 12:05, Golick's going to get, I don't know if they're giving an assist here or not, but Golick gets the first rip, breaks ice for the Fusion.
Yeah, I am shutting the scoreboard off because we are having some internet issues with my computer. If I can get that resolved, I will bring it back.
That works. And I'll be honest with
you. Fusion, number 38, Audrey Golick, with an assist to number 8, Casey Knowles.
Excellent.
That's all right. Golick from Knowles at 4:55.
All right. Dexheimer kicks it up, tries to hit top of slot. I would like to think, knowing our coaching staff, that they're not going to go full-on assault here.
No.
And you kind of see that with wraparound goals. It's like, practice it, just don't take the shot, would be the advice I'd give, given the knowledge coming in. Nobody really wins if you just crush souls and score 12 goals in the first.
No, not at all.
Now, the girls that may not have scored as much this year, or that's who you're looking to get opportunities for
sure,
I think, in games like these. But at the same time, you don't sleep on the situation, because that's just like I didn't want to acknowledge it until we kind of had to. It became obvious. And weirdly enough, we mentioned it and have fairly easy
when half the stadium starts shouting, and I look at you and I'm like, we gotta tell them.
We do. All right, so the Spartans pressing into the Fusion zone here, and Fusion trying to get a read on what to do here. It's interesting. I'm constantly talking with my daughter, and this is something I pointed out that I see between JV and varsity, is that speed to break out. And she's like, but we play a wing low, So that means your wings are sitting a little bit lower, and that's going to, I'm assuming, slow your breakout. It's more of a defensive posture versus wing high, which would help with transition. You see the long stretch passes.
Yeah, and that's what they're going for, right? Is they're playing with their center high, their wings down, and what they want is a pass out to the wing up to the center of the ice, try to keep it into the center of the rink.
Okay. And now, just thinking how the varsity plays, it feels like it's a little more opposite, where they play wing high, center lower, and they're looking to hit the go route, or no? Okay.
No, they're
same.
Yeah, they're also, because the center's high. The reason I know that is because of Emerson.
Yep.
But
And
she's up high protecting trying to block the defenseman on a breakout, and then they're supposed to go for a pass.
Okay. There you go. It's a little hockey acumen back home. All right. Puck shot out to the neutral zone, collected by Van Ranst. And quick little shout out to Aunt Betsy from Florida. As I mentioned the Van Ranst name, so little request there. Another shot from the point, and this time was gloved. It's going to be interesting here, Adam, having watched as much hockey now.
Yeah.
And seeing somebody come into this moment and how playing at this level, first time seeing the puck, and I've always, as a catcher in baseball, and I know these really don't correlate any more than a goalie in soccer does.
Yeah, you're trying, though. I get it.
It's like puck comes at you, you've got a glove. Catch it. I'm curious to watch her mechanics here, knowing how young she really is to the game and tracking. So, all right, Golick presses ahead here to Dexheimer, and Ruttner going to drift into the zone. Puck flies out. Knowles is unable to collect while the Spartans get it back out of the zone. Knowles is going to dump deep. We're going to go fresh 5 here for the Fusion. Out on the ice come Mickey Bell, Reese Nelson, and McKenna Schultz. Spartans kick it ahead, and Addison Larimore defends nicely. Long shot. Latham easily defended there. Nelson bumps it to get it out of the zone, and long shot gets all the way into Latham. Larimore presses it out to the boards. Safety zone there, as is taught. All right. Schultz is bringing it forward. She's going to get it out of the zone. Loses the handle in the neutral zone. Don't know if it was a effective back check or she just lost it there below us. Lansing bumps ahead to Nelson. Nelson off the boards, and she's going to get it up for a clear, and that'll do it for her shift as Liliana Lansing and Ella Ronning come on. Is Ella Ronning a senior? Okay. Oh, no, she's junior as well. Okay, this is the boys' roster. They didn't have anything. Another good stop out front. All right. So, again, I'm sure they tell you coming in, just go to your knees and get as wide as you can and cover if you see it. Okay. So, Spartans come down. Don't put much offensive pressure on before the Fusion defense swarms. They kick it up ahead. Dexheimer bumps it. It's going to clear. Spartans are going to have to regroup. Ronning applies some pressure, gets a turnover in neutral zone here, and Dexheimer's going to gain the zone. Take it out wide, looking for Knowles. She's going to, loses the handle or gets pocket picked there. And she stays with it. Dexheimer with it again. Here, top circle. Van Ranst bumps it down, gets it deep. And Knowles pursuing over along the far side corner. And a little leverage, comes away with it. She's going to bump it out, and Dexheimer is going to get it. The wraparound attempt is blocked. Reverse direction here with Van Ranst. She tries a quick wraparound shot. Defended nicely. Knowles again and hanging out there in the slot where you want your center or a player to be to screen. Something the girls have been working a lot on in the last couple of weeks, and we've seen the play transfer is what's called a screen and tip. So what that means is somebody's trying to screen the goalie, just block some passing or shot lanes, and then kick the puck out to the blue line, let the defensive shot come in, and then look to collect and knock in.
Yeah, it's all about getting in front of that goalie's face, trying to get them off the puck.
And then you hit them with the sneak surprise wrister, and it's in the back of the net before they even know what hit them. And we have seen a fair number of shots this year get on KG or really all goaltenders where you can tell they didn't see it.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
It hits them, it falls, and then they're like, oh, hey, there's the puck.
But it is amazing when you're watching a goalie down on the ground how their eyes are just connected with that puck, and they're looking through the smallest of holes just to keep in contact with it. It is a very difficult position to play, man.
And things happen so fast.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's wild. Like, again, it breaks down quick with catching in softball, baseball, because you know where the pitch is coming or when it's coming. There's nobody getting in front of you.
Yeah.
And the batter isn't hitting at your legs. And so it's really not even close other than object comes at you and you have a glove and a face mask. No, an analogy that I was thinking of right there. Oh, geez, we got some friendly fire falling out of the bench there. I'm not sure what's going on. I didn't catch that, but I look over, I see Reese and Mickey Bell both on the ground right off, and the boards and some giggles. Yeah, talking about when the goalie goes down, their eyes connected. I think of a cat or a dog to a laser pointer.
Yeah.
Right? They just, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? All right, 5:12 to play. We have Dexheimer, Liliana Lansing, and Ella Ronning out there up front with Larimore and Kaylee Barris. Barris tries to pop it out there, and the Spartans are able to maintain possession. Thus far, they have gotten 5 shots off. Haven't been any what I would say good or clean shot attempts necessarily, as it is just loose pucks that happen to get on net or easier shots that Hannah has defended fairly easily. Dexheimer near side boards here rubs the Spartan player off the puck. They're able to collect, and again, another long shot that hops through the zone. Easily defended by Latham. And Lansing bumps it ahead here to Dexheimer. Dexheimer's going to dump, and that will be it for 4 of the girls. Larimore is going to maintain situational awareness as the Spartans collect. And really nice play by Kylan Rutten there to pinch the girl off the puck in the neutral zone. They're going to collect, and Lacey Knowles offers a stick there. And we're going to circle around here. Larimore kicks it ahead to Rutten. Rutten bumps it over to Knowles. And Bell's going to push the girl off the puck while Knowles dumps deep. And it'll be Knowles and Bell applying some forecheck pressure. And can't quite keep the zone. Van Rance to collect. She turns back the direction she came from to bump it ahead. And Golick sneaks through, and we do have a trip as she tries to navigate 2 girls reaching and just gets caught up in their skates. So we're going to get the first power play of the game with 3:34 to go in the first period. And let's see who we have running the power play. This changes every sequence based on who's in and out, but looks like we have Mickey Bell, McKenna Schultz, Kaylee Barris, who Barris usually comes up. And then out deep, we have Van Rance. Fans on one there. She tries to dump it in. And so we have Dexheimer, Van Rance playing D. Bell, Schultz, and Barris running the forward on this power play, as we're just not able to get set up. And again, this power play is one of those very dynamic, flowy things where you change one component of it. There's just a resettling of who's on the ice with me, who do we have to run this. They know where they're supposed to be, but there's still that flow and connective tissue of dump passes. Barris, nice little shot. Rips around, throws a shot in. Nope, all good there. We got random sounds coming in and a big applause from the Superior side, only because, again, every save here is noteworthy for said goalie. Navigating the next, same shift out there. So Barris, Bell, and Schultz, Dexheimer, and Van Rance Again, didn't burn a lot of energy on that first 40 seconds. Shot in from Van Rans, gets tipped, and wrap around by Barris. She pins it right up against the pipes, the base of the net, and they wave this off, saying that the Bell looks a little exasperated, like, come on. But Barris had a wide open look, and she slammed it up against the near side edge of the net. They couldn't get it off of there. Goalie gets set up, and they blow it dead for another face-off here. So see what we got here. And Bell drops back. Pass up to Dexheimer, unable to handle it. And kicking it around. All right, so they get it out of the zone. Oh, there we go. No touch, so no offsides. Bell ahead to Kaylee Barris. She drifts it in, and again, not getting set up very nicely. So 20 to play here in this power play. Again, I get the real sense that if we wanted to turn it on here, we probably could. So we're playing a little, I wouldn't call it slower pace, but, oh, another good shot. Oh, it did go in. Okay. So we got a unique situation here. Shot hit, goalie defended it, and it fell straight down. Now, a normal goalie, as soon as that happens, they collapse on the puck, covers, whistle blows. This one fell straight down between her legs, and Liliana Lansing saw it, attacked. All it took was a little poke check, and it went in. So goal for Liliana Lansing there. That's a plus. And the assist most likely going to Bell, who fired the first shot. I think that's who fired the first shot. I'll get you actual info. All right, so Nelson wins the draw, kicks it back. We have Nelson, Liliana Lansing, and Ella Ronning out there right now as they fight through the neutral zone. Ronning bumps the girl off, but kicks it back to the Fusion defense. They press it ahead. Nelson in pursuit with a full head of steam. Puck's going to dump down and around. Comes back up near side. And Golick unable to hold. They kick it back to regroup. Lansing collects up ahead to Ronning. Quick back and forth. Always love seeing the quick transition. When it gets into the neutral zone, we get possession. How fast can we get it back in the zone? So a little loose puck play here. Lansing's going to pick it up and try to take some momentum in as she gets knocked off the puck, drops in, and that goes for an offside. So we will have a neutral zone face-off here with 44 seconds to play. The Fusion leading 2-0 off of goals by Lansing and Golick here in the first.
Starting for the Fusion, number 18, Mickey Bell. That's Bell unassisted at 15-24.
Oh, okay. So the Spartan player must have knocked that in before Lansing was able to get to it. So again, shot hit her in the chest, fell straight down. She didn't think to cover. And I guess momentum, something kicked it in, but no other Fusion player got it. So that went unassisted to Mickey Bell. Sorry, Liliana. I tried to give you credit on that one. But good hustle. You recognized the puck was loose. You turned it on and went after it. So nonetheless, that's what you're supposed to do when you see a loose puck in the crease. All right, 14 to play here as the Fusion dump it. Oh, dangerous.
Oh.
Lila Dexheimer lost an edge right in front of the crease. Went hard into the pipes. It looks like all's good, and she's smiling about it. So always scary.
All right, Andrew, I am going to have to stop the stream here when this period ends.
Okay.
To try to get some internet to my computer here.
Gotcha.
And then I'll start. Hopefully we don't have to do a new link. I think I can just pause it and restart it. But
I think if nothing else, what we learned the other night, close out, refresh your YouTube page, and you should see a link come up, and the one that says streaming. So we'll be back shortly.
Goal came at 15-24, scored by Bell after one period. It's 2-0 Fusion.
all right, we are back.
Just like that, and that
Just
shows
like
how
that.
you're the professional of this operation, because I'd still be fumble farting around with it, trying to get this thing up online, having the phone up. Is this thing live? Who knows? And sadly, I know that all too well because these are battle scars from just the other night. All right. First period to play there.
Clock. Look at that.
Hey. And for folks at home, he just added pain to himself because trying to keep that clock synced and on point is one of the harder things to remember to do when you get caught up in the flows of the game, catching replays and what have you. So you're welcome out there, Fusion family. All right, so first period, just a quick recap. You had the first goal going by Golick, long shot. Assist goes to Knowles. She kicked it out to Golick. And then the second one was Bell, probably with a little inadvertent help from the Spartans somewhere. And that brings us to the second period. Shot total, 2-1 here. The Black Cats geez. I'm seeing Blackhawk, man. Holy cow. All right, so the Fusion have scored 2 goals on 12 shots, and the Spartans have scored 0 goals on 6 shots. All right, Bell to take the drop, wins the face-off to Schultz, and Schultz is going to gain the zone. Nelson dropping down, unable to catch the pass there from Schultz, just a little bit too much on it. And Van Rant's playing down. Bell fighting for it. Nelson unable to come away with it as the Spartans collect, and Bell with a good hustle play on a back check. Nelson pops it out of the zone, and good neutral zone pressure there by Schultz to defend, and they turn the puck over. And the Fusion can't quite get it out of the zone as Golick goes down there along the far side boards. Van Rantz to collect, bumps it ahead to Nelson. Nelson kicks it ahead, and puck goes all the way down.
We got a penalty coming.
Oh, all right. Did not see the penalty. Was it along the...
Nor did you see my cues.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm eating popcorn. I was just trying everything. Andrew, you were so stuck in the game, and I couldn't come on because I had a mouthful of popcorn. I'm sorry.
Well, we have a penalty here with about a minute to go, or a minute peeled off the second. It's going to bring the second power play out. Same group. Mickey Bell, McKenna Schultz, and Kaylee Barris up front with Hattie Van Rantz. And looks like Audrey Golick.
Number 7, Adeline Severin. 2 minutes for body checking.
Ah, we got a body checking. So that must have been along that board play with Golick, I'm thinking. Whatever was going on there. Totally missed that. Part of it is, I think the other night, it was a physical game. I've just desensitized to contact along the boards. It's not getting called. All right, shot from Bell. All right. Long stretch there. Bell collects the puck, takes it down. We're going to get you a replay as it comes down the slot, and she takes an easy rip and brings us to 1-for-1. So here it is. Bell gets it along the far outside. She's just going to go cross ice, or cross the net to the open look, and that brings the score 3-0 here early in the second. Say.
And here I am.
Here you turn the clock on.
Turn the clock on. I am not doing the clock.
As you're waving me off on the penalty, I didn't feel I had much room to jab you there. All right. So puck bumped ahead here. Nelson trying to apply some pressure as Superior reverses ice and gets it out. Shot from just inside the blue line. They try, get it top of the slot there. Nothing doing. Lansing sweeps through and says, I'm going to get this out of harm's way. Spartans take it behind the net and harassed by Lansing. Good little hustle play there. Again, you can be super effective in this sport defending just by being annoying. Don't let them set up, get a feel for the puck, and Spartans, again, trying to get passes where they make sense, but nobody's home to connect on. So here they come across. Nelson to pursue. She's going to dump it deep, and that allows 4 or 5 new skaters to come on for the Fusion. You're going to have Barris and Van Ranst back at D with Liliana Lansing, Bell, and Ella Ronning up front. Lansing collects. She tries to bump it ahead, kind of gets pushed off the puck there. Liliana Lansing is going to sneak up near side, gain the zone. Puck behind the net now. And Bell in. Barris is going to collect, play it down. Aggressive defensive play, as she is known to have. She's going to circle it back out. Drop to reverse direction. And they turn it over, but Barris is quick to get back to her post here near side point. Keeps the puck in. Nice little no-look centering pass by Ronning. I like seeing that, even though nobody was home. But that, too, is something I see with JV versus varsity. And Hudson was an example of this. Oh, nice save. Shot from top of the slot by Barris. Good save. And now we're learning about the ice. Oh, take your time. Oh. Of no doing of the goalie, who gets up smiling.
She is just smiling.
Yep.
She's down there flopping around.
I got to give her, hit the applause button. Now, Liliana Lansing may be a little frustrated over there. She took 3 good wraps.
TJ's asking her that question right now.
And it's one of those that's how hard this game can be.
Yeah.
It's wide open. The goalie is literally rolling like a beached fish.
Doing the crappie flop, man.
Is that what that is?
Come on, you haven't been in Wisconsin enough.
The crappie
He's
flop.
doing the crappie flop.
Well, that also clues me in on how you all pronounce crappie. So the crappie flop. Okay. And in fairness, I was kind of laughing. That's the difference with grass versus ice.
Yeah.
She could not get footing to get back up. So all good. We're having fun with this as well. And I do feel bad for Liliana. Yes, they know. All right.
Just what would you have done back in high school if somebody would approach you and said, "Hey, man, our goalie's out, and I need you to come fill in"?
My first question would be, does the game matter? Because there's not a chance. Would I have had fun?
Yeah.
And given my best? Yeah. Absolutely. But if the game mattered, I wouldn't have wanted anything to do with that. Oh, good shot there by Bell is on a loose puck. Good hustle play to get down and collect it. So on the ice now, defending, you've got Gulick and Barris, and Superior's unable to do much with that defensive front. Gulick bumps it ahead. Bell's going to poke it against the boards. Pretty solid collision. Nothing
Did you
called.
see that stick up on the backside of her neck?
Did that catch her up?
It did.
Below the helmet?
Right on the backside, and then it was yanked down. That's why she fell forward like that.
Yeah, that's not cool. And I'm sure. Well, who knows?
It was an accident.
Yeah,
but it wasn't intentional. But it did happen.
It was enough to draw a penalty, is what you're saying. If you were looking at it,
it should have been a penalty.
Yeah. All right. So Ronning's gonna circle around here, assess what options she has, and I don't think we're quite as aggressive on screen the goalie this game as we would be against, say, Hayward or another team that's got a seasoned goalie in there. So I'm sure they're looking at different things to work on over on the bench and talking to the players, and they're actually talking with Mickey right now, heads up out in the stands, as Kaylee Barris sends one up. Buyer beware when you come to a hockey game. We get the puck returned here, and let's play with 2 pucks. That's kind of like when you get a free pinball that comes out, and it's like, what are we? I mean, let's have some fun. I'm sure. That's got to be something fun that you do just with pickup hockey. Let's run up the score.
I trying to remember back. I think during my hockey years, I think there was a couple times where we scrimmaged and threw a couple out there.
Yeah. Just to change the dynamic of what you've got to look at and process while you're skating, looking for the puck, and getting harassed all at the same time. All right, so we got Gulick coming up near side. She bumps it ahead with Dexheimer in pursuit. Knowles is going to kick it ahead. Nobody really gains the zone, and Spartans come away with it. They reverse ice as they press ahead, unable to get the connecting pass. And we're going to go all the way back down for an icing. So that brings, with some Bob Seeger playing, we will have 5 fresh skaters come on for the Fusion. Got Reese Nelson, McKenna Schultz, and Mickey Bell up front. And Kaylee Lansing, she appreciates her Bob Seeger. She's coming out for her shift with Addison Larimore there. We'll have to keep an eye on Hannah. She said she likes to dance to occupy the brain on some of these slower games, but she's at least faced some shots. It hasn't been a game that's been played all on one end of the ice.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, superior skaters are superior
Bell
skaters.
Pops it ahead. She's joined by Nelson out there. Late shot, and McKenna Schultz buries the rebound. So that was Bell deflected. Schultz comes through with the rebound. So we have with 9:42. You're so worried about that darn clock, Adam.
Yeah.
And here we're not even going to get to see a replay of.
Are we? Did I miss
We
it?
will see. I thought
you were looking over at me. I'm like, what are you staring at me for?
At least you picked up on the nonverbal.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to see them leave for a high five. But
Yeah.
what actually happened there? Mickey Bell shot, middle goalie, defended the first shot. It dropped down, and McKenna Schultz gets on the score sheets there on the rebound goal.
I put them in the box.
So
That's Schultz from Bell and Lansing at 7:18.
Schultz from Bell and Lansing. Everybody got on the scorecard there, and I have looked. It's funny how they give some liberal hockey assists. That has been something I've noticed, different from basketball, where it's usually the pass that led to the goal. In hockey, it is a sequence of the play. So you can have a defender start a play, and if the flow goes all the way down, you're going to get the assist from the first pass. If it I think it's 2 passes is the max that you can get for assists.
Yes.
So you can have 2 people assisting and then the goal scorer. All right, so this is the Lansing, Dexheimer, and Ronning line. They have an odd number of girls, so it's really not set lines, but that's who's on the ice now as we go for an icing here. And with 8:25 to play, Fusion maintain a nice relaxing lead here. And I get the sense that I don't want to say they have it in coast, but there's definitely not quite the energy that you would see against some of the opponents that we played here.
Yeah.
And that's nothing against Superior. They're dealing with adversity, and so goes life. Part of hockey season. But a soccer goalie is still something that we will probably mention a few more times as she makes plays. All right, long shot, and again.
Open.
There we go again, and Mickey couldn't help herself as first shot was defended, and it leaked out to the left, and Mickey Bell, being the opportunist, snuck up and tapped it in. So 2 quick goals. You're going to see the first shot come in right there. Boom, defended, and can't quite glove it or get up or move because it's ice and not grass, and Bell takes the easy tap in there. So again, 5-0 game. Back to Lansing.
Number 18, Mickey Bell. An assist going to number 38, Audrey Golick. And the second assist going to number 29, Kylan Rutten. Bell from Golick and Rutten at 8:46.
So that brings all of the seniors playing JV onto the stat sheet now. That little assist from Rutten there. Golick got on early with her first shot. The second, and Golick and Knowles were part of that first goal. which left Rutten as the lone senior out there to get on the score sheet. And she did on that one, getting an assist after Bell dumped it in. So
nice.
In that case, Rutten passed to Golick, who made the first shot, and Bell, we all saw knock it in. All right. As the Village people come on, with 7:15 here in the second, the Fusion have a 5-0 lead. On the ice for the Fusion, we have Dexheimer, McKenna Schultz, Reese Nelson, with Kaylee Barris and Addison Larimore. And Kaylee's looking up into the stands, kind of shaking her head, giggling about something. So Nelson scoops that away, tries to press it deep, and she's going to apply a forecheck. As the puck goes around far side, Nelson's able to, he's going to let it say it did not leave the zone. I think that was a good call. I'm sitting literally on that line. Nelson just learned a lesson in physics there, running into a much larger girl. McKenna Schultz kicks it behind net to Nelson. Nelson bumps it back to Schultz. Wonder if she's not supposed to look for the centering pass there. Schultz collects, reverses, and she kicks it out to Barris. Barris back down to Schultz, and we're just going to go back and forth, reverse ice now, and along the far side. So Nelson applying some pressure down in the corner. Barris pushes it back. Oh, Schultz unable to handle, goes all the way opposite side there. And Larimore pushes it back down to McKenna Schultz. Schultz out to Larimore. And we're just doing a ring around the hockey rink here. Coming up near side, Barris pinches down, unable to get it away, but Dexheimer quick to get it before it leaves the zone. She's going to dump. Allows for 3 fresh girls to come on, and we've already changed 2. Ronning there, applying some back check pressure, annoying, and they're able to come away with it. All right. Van Rance looking for her first outlet along that far side, and Liliana Lansing there, and Van Rance again looking for clear ice to hit that first pass, and sends it through the neutral zone cleanly, and it goes for an ice. So 5:21 to play here in the second, and we have a defensive zone face-off. So taking the drop will be Mickey Bell with Ronning and Lansing. Defending is Gullick and Van Ranst, the great niece of Aunt Betsy from Florida, who we had a shout out to earlier. So 2 that I've noticed have not been on the ice tonight are Harper Withers, which I did see her in street clothes, and I know Emma Larson. This is a stretch of 3 in a row that she is sitting. So you won't hear us call those 2 names, and I'm sure there's a couple of others. I don't have a roster in front of me, but again, JV have extra games, so they're maxed at the number of games they can play, so they all sit out 4. They pick 4 throughout the season, and that's why you've seen the carousel of players on power plays and different lines here. So Layla Dexheimer presses down, and Larimore is going to reverse ice to Barris. Barris works it along the boards back to Rutten, and we're sitting with a 5-goal lead, and we're just kind of playing it around the outside here. Knowles to collect behind, kicks it out to Dexheimer. She skates through some stick traffic. She's going to loop around, put one in on Knowles. Knowles unable to redirect. It's one of those shots you'd like to see that can catch a goalie off guard. Dexheimer pursuing. Superior's able to, well.
Oh, Dexy's still,
Yep.
still digging.
Joined by Nelson. And Superior comes away with it there with Schultz applying some back check pressure. And Spartans send it deep, and it's going to be gloved by Latham, which allows the Spartans to get a full set of 5 out. And Bell's going to swap for Dexheimer and come out and take the drop, it looks like, with 3:33 to play here in the second. we are going to get 2 fresh D. So Larimore and Barris leave the ice, and Van Ranst and Gulick come on. Drop down, and again, looks. Who would you give that one to, Adam? Like, it came to Superior.
I was not watching.
Okay.
I was not watching
No
the
worries.
draw.
I'm still trying to learn that little nugget of face-off wins when it goes. We pull it our way, they get it, and like, when is it declared the win? It's not which way the puck goes; it's who possesses.
Yes, it's who ends up in possession with it.
So if they get a shot off, is a shot to a loose puck considered possession?
Yes.
Okay, that's how I would have gauged that one.
Yeah, anything other than a touch, I mean, if they just touch it, that's not really possession, but a shot, control of it, that would be possession.
Okay. And some points, some face-off skirmish leads to an offsides that Fusion getting back. So here we go. We got Mickey Bell, Reese Nelson, and McKenna Schultz. Puck down, controlled by the Fusion.
Baldwin won.
Yeah, okay, that threw me. I was like, okay, what dumb thing did I say there? Did I say Black Cats again?
That one was me.
It's all good. All right, Mickey Bell applying the forecheck to buy some time while Nelson leaves for Lansing. And Gulick, good job holding the zone as she loses an edge. Puck comes near side. Van Ranst plays down. Again, Superior, I'm sure, are starting to see the gas gauge drift towards empty. And we've got 2 to go here in the second. They will get a small breather here as we go to intermission in between second and third. Long errant pass goes for an icing, and we'll get 3 fresh forwards coming out. So it looks like 5 fresh skaters. So Barris and Van Ranst? Nope. Who's joining Barris? The D. Oh. Larimore. Barris and Larimore. We are struggling this morning with our words. All right. Roning's going to get a breakaway. She's going to slowly drift to the middle. Put 1 shot up and defended nicely by the goalie. Again. She's kind of looking like, what do we do with this? Are we trying to pass? And didn't have anybody to support, so kind of drifted and fired a shot there. Dexheimer, Lansing, and Ronning out on the ice up front. And puck controlled by the Spartans. Good little pass ahead, and they bump it. And we're going to get an icing because when that was touched was on the wrong side of the red line. All right. So another defensive face-off here for the Fusion. Same set of 5 girls out there. Larimore, Barris, Lansing, Dexheimer, and Ronning. And the Spartans stay with their 5. And Dexheimer's able to press it back and control it. Barris presses down, and Dexheimer works through the slot. Kicks it out to Barris. She bumps it back down. She's looking, and I think that's a good bump down there by Barris. Probably not the best pass there, but what I was going to say, Dexheimer dropped it off, and then she sent it down into the corner. That's a normal play to cycle because Dexheimer's got all the momentum heading down deep in the ice. So to kick it out and then flip it back down to her, get some pressure, allow some momentum. You see that often when they start the cycle on one side of the ice. And there we have an errant bump ahead to the D. And Van Ranst is going to collect. She has swapped out with Larimore. And on the ice up front, you have, Van Ranst is going to take it the distance, turn the corner here, try to get a shot off. Misses wide right. Couldn't get a forehand on that in the angle she was coming in. Knowles trying to press down the corner. A little different look for her. Rarely see her out on the point, but she was covering for Van Ranst. Good situational awareness by a forward. Nice little bump there by Rutten ahead to Bell. Bell poke checks it into the Fusion zone. And can't get much going as we go for a change. So now you have Schultz, Nelson, and Bell out there. As the Spartans gain the zone, they're going to get a shot off. Second shot off. And Hannah Latham easily defends the first one. The second one, a little trickier. She, too, was rebounding. But just like that, if you watch, she goes down, pops up. One of the first things you teach a goalie. Get back up. Ho, ho, ho. Good. Probably the best shot of the day there, just below the faceoff dot.
Right at the buzzer.
At the buzzer, and Latham quick to glove it. Now, my apologies. I was hoping to have a senior interview during this intermission, and they're all warming up, and they were in the locker room while I was trolling for interviewees. I could run up there real quick, as Eric often does, but that feels like a lot of effort right now. Only to run back down here and get 30 seconds worth of interview in, or 3 minutes. That said, it is senior day. There are, 8 seniors?
11.
11 when you add the JV. That's right. 8 on varsity, 3 on JV. We've interviewed a few over the stretch of the season. If time permits, we will have the 3 seniors for the JV team during most likely the second and third interview. Or second and third period, because we've got the senior day. Actually, no. We could split that up, couldn't we? Because they're going to do senior night.
Yep.
And
then they're going to do a Zamboni.
And then they leave to Zam, so we still have time. So I'll break that up. Of those 3, we will make sure to have 2 and 1 or some combination so we can hear from the seniors skating on the JV side. All right. I don't know how much there is to recap of the 5 goals. We got Gulick, Bell, Schultz, Bell, and I missed one in the middle there. I think we're playing as classy as we possibly can as far as respect to the goalie.
Sure.
What do you do with something like this, Adam? How do you approach this?
There's not much you can do. You go out there, you play your game, you work on your stuff that you need to. Chalk it up as one of those days.
You were traveling this week. Yep. I've been on the road as well. A little bit more elaborate trips, short of your Vegas trip.
Yeah.
What was your journey to get out? Is it okay to say where you were? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, you were out.
In, where the heck was that?
Black Hills?
Yeah, Rapid City.
There you go.
Rapid City. Yeah. So we flew out on Thursday. Had a meeting on Thursday and Friday morning, and then just quick fly back. And
what'd you think of that area? Have you been out there before?
Yeah, I've once when I was really little, and then once we brought our family and kids out to the Black Hills and stayed right in Deadwood. We were only maybe 38. Rapid City's only maybe 38 miles from Deadwood. So, it's a flat area where we were. We were just at the start of the hills. But yeah, no, Rapid City is a nice city and small, quiet, and little airport. Took us all 15 minutes to get in and sit down.
What is that, Delta that takes you out of Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fairly quick flight, I would.
2 hours.
Okay. Yeah, you're out there a ways on that side.
Yeah.
That's one of those weird areas. The first time we drove through, so we lived in Colorado Springs, so driving back to Minnesota where Amy's from and the like, we passed through there a couple of times. I got a couple one funny story, but it was eye-opening to see the rolling hills, and it made sense real quick why it's such a popular spot for the motorcycles.
Yeah.
Then you go into, we went through when it wasn't Sturgis, and it's like, wow, I can only imagine the pictures you've seen and the shenanigans that go down when you're saloon-style, open-air, just chaos.
Yeah.
And then, so the funny story is we're in a gas station getting ready to come back. And it seems super odd that they had carrots right there at the counter. Carrots for sale, like this gas station, right? Not a small little quick trip grocery store. This is a hole-in-the-wall gas station. And then the roads, there was 9 and 9A or whatever the road actually is. And I didn't know what that A really meant, but it was a scenic route. And it's gorgeous territory. Let's take the scenic route. So we're driving maybe 5-10 minutes in, starting to get curvy and scenic. There's 2 donkeys on the freaking road. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And it clicked why they were selling carrots at the said gas station. And they walk right up to your truck. And I don't know if we fed them some popcorn or chips, but I felt obligated now that here I pass on donkey food. And they were so domesticated.
Yeah.
And it took us 3 times longer to go on that scenic route and the donkey situation. It's a different world out there in western South Dakota. I mean, it's kind of flyover country in a big way unless you're a biker or I'd say a Midwesterner who goes to see the Corn Palace, the infamous.
Listen, you can just drive right on past the Corn Palace. That was one of our routes, so we went out with our
that's Mitchell, South Dakota. If anyone's recording at home and planning a trip like this.
Yeah, we went out with my cousin, and so we had all the kids, and we had the 2 vehicles, and we were kind of just we're not big planners. We're more of just like, hey, we're just gonna go.
Let's go west.
So as we're traveling, and it's like, oh, the Corn Palace. Let's stop at the Corn Palace.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. You get off the road and you get out, and it was good for the kids to stretch their legs. But it's we walked in like, yep, well, here it is.
Do you want to see the maze?
Nothing was going on there. So, back on the road, and then, of course, you hit the wall drugs, right? You hit
wall drugs. Yeah, we can't hit South Dakota without acknowledging wall drugs.
Yeah, you gotta hit past there, and then, we stayed in Deadwood, downtown Deadwood, super awesome. Needles Highway, I think, is my favorite. All the granite and the formations there, the road curving around, and then as you come through, you get to see Mount Rushmore off in the distance. That was pretty cool.
Were you able? This was a quick turn for you. Were you able to see Crazy Horse? Any of that?
No,
okay.
no.
Gotcha.
No, we were just out there meeting.
Yeah, all the business stuff.
Yeah.
Get a dinner in, moving on with life, wrap up, and back on the airplane. Totally get it.
Yeah. Good dinner though. The Dakota Steakhouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Note to self. Is that your go-to when you're traveling for work? Is it usually steakhouse? I know that's kind of customary.
That one is. We were with another company, so they picked it.
Okay.
So.
Got a coworker currently out in Hawaii, and I was like, "So what's first night's dinner?" And he's, "Earl's steak." If I go to an island like that, I'm eating poke or some seafood.
Yeah.
And they're eating steak.
That's my wife.
Yeah.
I like seafood. I'm more of a lobster or crab, but a good blackened fish is always pretty good too.
Blackened crappie.
Blackened crappie. Hey, have you
you
ever had a blackened crappie before?
A blackened floppy crappie. No.
My love for blackened fish came in. We have a place up on Lake of the Woods, and we do a guy trip everywhere. So there's 13 guys, 6 boats, and a whole lot of fun. But one of our shore lunches is fish. So we go out, and my uncle came with, my Uncle Billy, and we're deep frying the fish and stuff. So he cooked up the blackened fish and got his pan and seared it all, and my goodness, fresh walleye out of the lake onto a blackened pan. Oh,
love it.
You can't beat it.
And the seasoning, if it's not over salty, that's my only hesitation with blackened. Is it can cross that salt barrier sometimes, but I love the seasoning.
I wish.
Because it's a touch Creole.
I'll have to get you. I'll have to get you what it is. So
okay.
I have it, and it's good.
So we're going to Lake of the Woods. You're expecting to have shore lunch. Does somebody bring backup fish just in case?
No.
So then, are we eating meat sticks? If you don't catch anything, what are we eating?
Never happened. Never happened.
Never happened.
Never happened.
The fishing prowess is strong.
It has happened, but the northern up there is really good.
Yes.
We have had crayfish up there, so the kids would catch crayfish. So they take the dead fish on a hook and then throw it in the water. All the crayfish attached to it, bring it in, and then we clean them up and boil them and crawfish on the lake.
I love it. Love it. Mud bugs. That's what they call those down south. Mud bugs. But yeah, those boils. I don't know if you've ever done that with
a few times,
shellfish.
Yep.
The sausage, potatoes, the whole works. It's weird to me sitting in a hockey rink now because 15 plus years ago, I flew up, got an invite. My in-laws may be watching this. They invited me to go to Lake of the Woods for their annual ice fishing trip. And first off, that's a trip. Like, if you're not ready for ice fishing, and this is in March.
Okay.
So we start, and it's a little slushy. We take the four-wheelers out. All good. By the end of the day, I have water over my ankles.
Yeah.
And everything that doesn't make logical sense is flowing through my brain of, should we be out here right now? There is as much water above the ice as what feels below.
You know.
And it was a hoot of a trip. We caught an eel pout. The kids played some janky baseball with a frozen water bottle and a shovel. You just make stuff up to do while you're waiting for your tip-ups to go. And for those out there who have never ice fished, I wholly endorse it. But I'm also the type that can sit and talk through an intermission about absolutely nothing. So I think I'm geared for ice fishing. And that particular weekend, we landed on some really good weather. So we're out there, sun's hitting, it's mid-March, starting to come off.
There is a perfect time where the snowpack melts off the Lake of the Woods and all the water drains back in the ice. And you're running four-wheelers instead of snowmobiles. We hit that one year, and it was glare ice. So the automatic braking on the four-wheeler, so every time you let off the gas, you would just send your four-wheeler into a spin. But that's when you could fish without a shack, and you didn't have to worry about the slush. But Lake of the Woods very much known for its slushy top, and great fishing if you can put up with the elements. But it is one of those lakes you have to put up with the elements.
And to that point, my brother-in-law, I think they went up last weekend or the weekend before, and I think that was his comment of, we might move these back to March because it was 40 below.
And
overnight.
When the wind picks up like that out there, I've been out there in 20-mile-an-hour winds at below zero weather, and it's not fun.
Now, we can sit here and make it sound miserable, but once you're on the inside of the shelter with the heater, it's heaven.
But setting it up and getting to that point is the crap part.
So what I would recommend to those on the broadcast, if you get the invite, do not pass it down.
Yeah.
And being the guest, if the host is doing things right, they don't let you deal with any of that cold, frigid stuff. You just show up and get comfortable. And the way they did it for me, which was awesome, is the first tip-up went to me, since I was the outsider, had never done it.
Okay.
And they give me the things like, don't wrap this. You don't know what's on the line. It can go. Pull it out, and pulled out I think it was a 38-inch Northern.
Oh, wow.
And that, too, didn't make sense of this giant thing coming out of a hole that's all of 12 inches wide. Like, none of it made sense, and it was such a blast. Beers were had, stories were told, and all of that is to say we left from War Road. War Road had a hockey component that it's like, the hell's War Road?
Yeah.
Just this. I'm in the Great White North here. Come to find out, War Road is an epicenter of hockey dominance with Marvin Windows and
a lot of good hockey players that come out of War Road.
Yes, they do.
And Roseau.
And Roseau.
And then so you got Roseau, War Road right next to each, right? Both very strong hockey.
We had a cousin, actually saw her play at St. Thomas yesterday. This wasn't a plug for her per se, but she came out of Fargo, and War Road recruited her for her last year of hockey. And thought that to be interesting, how you get recruited in high school, and they did the thing. She did her senior year up there. They won a state title. Different level of hockey, and boy, did just the War Road name change the recruiting aspect of the talent that comes out. So,
for sure.
And that was something that was kind of eye-opening, too, to that high school recruitment side. So, all right, all of that talking. let's get back to hockey.
Everyone listening is like, finally, the game's starting.
But I am serious. Take your people up on ice fishing. It's a hoot. So we enter the third period here. Pretty lopsided game. If you're joining us late, it's not that we're dominating necessarily. We are playing safe hockey because their goaltender is in her first week or week and a half of even having skates on. They had a mishap or just unfortunate event with their varsity goalie and the shifting around. This is actually what I'm assuming is the varsity soccer goalie that they asked her if she would stand in net, and here we are. So she has made a healthy number of saves.
Yeah,
23.
If only 5 in on 23 shots, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. So, again, 23 shots, 5 goals, and Superior Spartans have fired 9 shots and have not scored. So Hannah Latham has been stoic in net thus far. Out on the ice, taking the third period drop was Lila Dexheimer, joined by Liliana Lansing and Ella Ronning. Defending is Audrey Golick here near side, and opposite side is Hattie Van Ranst, as Superior works to gain the zone, and they dump it deep. And Golick quick to pick it up. She's looking ahead to hit the first breakout, and she's just going to go with momentum through the neutral zone, gains the offensive zone, drops it back for Lansing. Lansing tries to push it deep and deflected by a Spartan. Brings it out to the neutral zone. Really nice dig play there by Rutten right in front of us here to shut down the momentum. Lansing up ahead to Dexheimer. She bumps it ahead, tries to get it to Rutten. Oh, nice centering pass, and Rutten fans on it. A little friendly fire there with Rutten and Dexheimer. Knowles bumps, keeps the puck deep in the zone as Dexheimer are playing it there, and they're giving Kylan a little razzing over there on getting that teed up centering pass to rip the one-timer. Having fun, as they should be with a 5-goal lead here. And I think that's kind of, if I'm reading the room correctly, those are the only shots they really want them to take is when they're set up nicely, or teed up, if you will, on a centering pass. And so Kaylee Barris to collect here. She's going to bring it up the near side. If it were me, I'd really try to work on breakout positioning and where we need to be. Just let them get it deep, and it's like, okay, now let's work some breakouts. Let's stretch the ice out a little bit.
Oh,
yeah. More of the varsity concepts applied to the JV skaters sort of thing. But again, we'll see how this plays. One more goal, we go to a running clock, but they're doing a really good job of maintaining. Oh, we got foot race here, and they're waving off icing. In that case, what would you – did you see that sequence?
No,
okay. No worries.
Clock again.
It was – I'm not even going to try to describe it. I'll wait till the next time it surfaces. A clock again. I love it.
It's like, man, we're doing all the talking, and I forget we got buttons to push.
It happens. It's the Andrew effect.
It's just good. Like, listen, if anything over the last 2 games goes to show you, like, we are not professionals. This is just a few dads trying to get it to some people watching some hockey. We never said it was going to be good. That was never a promise.
True story. And if we got to a camera that's looking at the ground, well, guess what? The camera may have fallen down and we didn't notice. Dexheimer takes it around behind net. Again, you would see more shots fired, but here we go. Hattie Van Ranst takes it in. She does get one on net. And again, I'm guessing there's a few of these girls that have the green light. Others not as much. A long shot there by Golick and put on net and easily covered. A little throwback song here, some Apple Bottom Jeans. Sure some folks at home remember this song. I've slowly gotten into the Instagram drug, and there are some funny videos. I had to do some training last night that I was paying the utmost attention to as I'm giggling on some Instagram stuff. Ooh, some good scrappy play there. That's Rutten out front of the net as the puck snuck in there. So we have Bell joined by Knowles and Rutten, and Larimore and Barris defending or playing back, and a cadre of mothers with big cameras over there trying to get some good senior picks, and I'm sure those are appreciated come graduation time.
They are. Actually, one of them sent a pic over to us the other day, and it's Emmy with her stick flexed out right before a shot. I mean, it was a perfect shot. It was so cool.
And that's great. You never know where those are going to come from, and it's hard to capture them.
Yeah.
Like if you said, hey, let's try to get this shot, good luck.
Yeah. No. That just happens. It's awesome.
And that's something the nights that Chris, I'll have to bring that up, is I think that's some of his day job, trying to catch fishing picks of all things and setting up a production there. It's like, man, I always wonder how like Babe Winkleman always lands. He does something with video production and advertising. I don't want to spill too much. I don't know what what little I know about it. But
how do I get into that?
He snips. Well, there you go. This may be a gateway to Adam's retirement career. Long shot there from the sideboards by Schultz, pursued by Dexheimer. And you got Nelson and Schultz playing back behind. Nelson keeps the puck deep. Centers, nobody home. And again, that's just the sequencing of who's doing what with where and where does the third skater go. There is a sequence you've heard Eric and I talk. Shot on net there, and Nelson fighting for position out front. And the Spartans come away with it. And they too are struggling to get it past into the zone with much possession. And that's good team defense. Also helps the goalie to where she's not seeing. Hey, we have. You want to hit replay? There we go. We're going to get a good look. And just as I said that, they gained the zone, got a little bit deeper, and we didn't have the team defense there. Able to connect on a pass. So good. What you want to see. So tough for Hannah to deal with that. You're going to see the pass. Here's a better look at it. Oh, let that one play. So she comes down. She's shooting or passing.
Just got her moving.
Yep. As soon as the goalie has to slide off, it opens up holes.
Yeah.
And let luck happen at that point. So good little execution. There goes Latham's shutout, so we can address that. But with 11-12 to play, they get on the scoreboard. Good hustle play there by Ronning. She's looking again who's coming down the slot. She's going to drop it there for Lansing. Bell applies some pressure here as Ronning circles back to get into the action. And that's one of those things. Don't take. Everybody has a general assignment with the center covering end to end, dot to dot, and oftentimes they're more loose puck play there in the crease. Latham sees it. It was coming off of her right shoulder, and the puck hopped out in front of the net. Thankfully, she saw it, covered it. So that'll be Hannah's 10th save of the day. She's given up 1 on 11 shots. And it is a 5-1 game here with 10:30 to play. Spartans press it down as Larimore tries to bump it ahead to Dexheimer here right in front of us. Spartans look to get a shot deflected high, and Barris bumps it around to Knowles. Knowles tries to get it ahead to the second part of the breakout, and puck sneaks through. Latham in good position, and that's going to be Dexheimer, the center, taking it behind net. Chipped up ahead and tipped by Knowles, and they are going to wave off icing as the Spartans get a few new skaters out on the ice, and they attempt to break out. Missed the second pass there. First one connected on the boards. And they always say if you can hit the second one, you've got momentum coming, and oftentimes a scoring opportunity happens if you can connect on 2 2 breakout passes in flow that doesn't break up momentum, and that tends to hold true. We'll see a lot more in the varsity game. Do we know much? Well, short of the goalie, I was going to pull this up during intermission, and I talked right through my own distraction. What we know about the upcoming varsity game as we work through this. So Golick tries to bump it ahead through the neutral zone as the forwards regroup and get ready. And she's going to dump it deep. Nelson's going to be the F1 or the first forward in there. Fires a shot on net. Nothing really doing. Puck reverse to Nelson. And she loses it to Superior as they transition. They're going to dump deep. And one goes for a change. Golick gets it. And Nelson stays high. They can't connect on the first one. On the breakout, Bell goes behind net. Gets a puck poked away as Lansing, nope, that's Golick. She's playing down, and Schultz comes up to hold the point. So, oh, did that go in again?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it did.
Man. All right, so there's a case that the puck's hopped out. Didn't seem like anybody was ready to attack it there right in front of the crease, and somehow or another hopped right. Just I think an unfortunate bounce off of Latham. It might be easier to see the middle camera here, but there's the puck squirting out.
Oh, yeah, just up over glove.
Snuck in under the elbow, over glove. So there we go, 8:17. Now if I'm the coaches, I'm like, all right, guys, let's wake up and play this last 8 minutes of hockey. We're kind of sitting on our heels. But that, too, is a teaching point. Anybody that's played anything athletic knows that the real risk when you know you've got an advantage on a team is playing to their level.
Yeah.
And, again, you have a plan, get punched in the mouth, and you're just like, oh, now we got to pick up our pace. Sometimes it gets too late, but nursing the lead that we had, now it's a matter of can you get the engine started again. So just like that, Superior has hung 2 goals. And we press down. And the other hard part, not worth noting at least, it's harder for a goalie to be out of rhythm and all of a sudden you get some shots. Like I'm just sitting here right here. My legs are getting a little stiff and cold. And same thing, if she's not up and down and facing regular shots, like it's not that you fall asleep. It's just you're not moving as fast as you were coming out of warm-ups. Because there's been a solid hour go by now since Hannah had warm-ups and she was loose up and down. Ooh, dangerous little spot there by Dexheimer. Hope she's okay. Loses the stick. And, all right. Oh, Golick unable to keep. And that's going to go for an offsides on the Fusion. So coming on to the ice is going to be everybody but Audrey Golick. So we have Bell, Schultz, and Nelson, and Golick and Van Ranst defending with 6:50 to play here in the third period. All right, Superior gains possession. Nelson plays down, fights through it, and they're able to possess and play it deep. Superior's coming along near side. They get it out of their zone as Van Ranst collects, draws some players, and pushes it ahead to Nelson. Superior collects and bumps it in. That was a hard little collision there. Schultz and number 10 from the Spartans. They didn't quite see Schultz coming through. Golick tries to press ahead here to Schultz. Gets it ahead to Bell. Schultz to follow. Bell collects and pushes it back to Schultz. And Schultz is going to wrap it around the boards. Spartans get it, and they navigate the first defender. That's Liliana Lansing, applying some hustle play to defend and keep the puck down at this end of the ice. And Lansing came on with some fresh legs as she changed with Nelson. Puck's going to squirt free here. Van Ranst in a good position to collect the puck, avoid any danger. She goes off far side boards. Tries to get it ahead to Lansing as a scrum develops along the boards. And puck comes out off of Bell, pushing it off the boards. Good position for a change there. So Ronning comes on along with Dexheimer. And defense is joined by Kaylee Barris and Addison Larimore. Ronning drops it back for Lansing. Lansing keeps it out wide, throws one on net, and we're going to say was covered. The referees are looking. I see no motion to a goal. I think she covered it, and it snuck through the 5-hole because the puck is on ice, and this whole thing is squirrely right now. But 4:50 to play here in the third. Navigating somewhat of a slower pace game. And the Fusion have of course, we're going to do a face-off change just because I can't wait to actually learn that the way I have icing so I can just call the hypocrisy or the ridiculousness.
Yeah, no, so what it was there was they tried to make a late change.
Okay.
And then the penalty for that is that you switch out the center.
You lose your face-off one player.
Yeah. So you'll see if a player comes in late or they try to do that, then they throw the center out. And there's a few other times that you do that.
Okay.
If let's say a player is creeping inside the circle and before the puck is dropped, and they can blow it, say, hey, your player was offsides, switch out the center. And then, that's kind of the penalty. The penalty for encroaching.
That's funny. Okay, I have heard there. Believe it or not, nice little shot there by Larimore. Deflection along the way. I don't know who got that, but again, defended and covered nicely by the Superior goalie. That was all learned to me by Jody Christensen's daughter. Why is her name escaping me right now? But Carly Christensen, who is a collegiate level official. She coached our 14U team last year. So some of these conversations, I asked her about that, and it's like, no, there's about 5 seconds. One team gets to substitute. 5 seconds, the other team gets to substitute. And I can't remember if it's visitor, then home team.
Yep.
But there is a sequence to what happens when there is play stoppage that can affect that face-off dance. So Bears collects, tries to bring it all the way forward, and that's going to be an offsides. They're just not going to play. Let it play. Let everybody get back on sides there for the Fusion. And Spartans bring it forward, and they're going to rip from afar. Latham's on point, deflects it up into the glass as they get another look. And this is part of the problem. If you're not crisp with your breakouts, that puck can sneak out into danger zone. Another good block there by Hannah Latham. Drop to her knees and good pass.
Here we go, Lacey Knowles.
Lacey Knowles going to get a look and going to have to fire from a long ways out. Covered nicely by the goalie. If I happen to see her just in passing, I have to ask her, what is the #1 difference of doing that? Or how did it go? What was she processing the whole time? So, and season's not over here, Adam. I'm sure Superior has a few more games that I'm curious if they're going to stay with the current situation, or can you petition to bring up an 8th grader? How does that work?
No, I don't think
that's a hard no with Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a no.
Okay. And then you're caught with that hard part of, do we use a skater? Then they're not deep on a pinch, who can stand up on the ice and may not defend, or do we take a defender?
I don't know. That happened to me in my Bantam year when our goaltender was out, and we rotated to fill the goalie spot, and it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
I'll tell you this.
Just go that.
I'll tell you this right now. It doesn't work.
Not even it was hard or no, it just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
TSDW. That stuff doesn't work.
You gain a new sense of appreciation for a goaltender when you strap those pads on in a game situation and try to stop the puck.
That's fair. I think we might have a penalty here on the Fusion.
Nope.
Oh, no,
Superior.
on them, on Superior. Not sure what they got. There was a
Number
Superior
2
player.
for a body check.
Okay. And ironically, the Superior had a player on the ice. That's why I was wondering where that was at.
Yeah, no, it was delayed. We actually pulled our goalie.
Okay. Yeah, I know you see the shifting at the youth level often out of need, but once you hit Bantam, this game's flying around.
Yeah.
But Danny Pellinger did mention she played goalie last year for a game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Out of need.
Danny and name is they rotated.
All right, so here we are, third power play for the Fusion. Same lineup that's out there. So you have Bell trying to run quarterback back behind the net, flanked by Barris and McKenna Schultz. Defending here is one forward in Lila Dexheimer, and Hattie Van Ranst is the other defender on the power play. So I'm assuming in that case, defender's going to stay high, and the fourth forward then is going to be the one you use to gain shots. But we'll see how this plays out. And Lila Dexheimer would be that fourth forward. All right. So Dexheimer does the scoop in the loop, takes it all out wide. So Barris, good shot on the spot you want. And Bell tries to get back into the puck control with 52 to play here on the power play. They kick it over to Schultz.
Only 28 seconds left in the game.
Oh, so we're going to ride this power play to the end. Puck comes out to Dexheimer, and in fairness, as suspected. So Van Ranst being the only defensive player here, she's a little softer. It's on the other four to really maintain zone, just in case that puck squirts free. So 8 to play, and this is going to go the length of the ice. Will not be an icing. It's called clearing when you're in a penalty kill, and that will do it. So quick recap of everything there. Nothing really changed for the Fusion in the third period. They ended the game 32 shots, 5 goals. So that is 27 saves by the very rookie goalie from Superior Spartans. I think nothing but a round of applause to her in that regard. And we have 2 goals on 14 shots by the Spartan. Bell had 2 goals, Golick had 1, Schultz had 1, and again, I lost track of the one in the middle, but that is the collective. And pretty easy game. We kind of knew it going in. We knew we probably weren't going to go full throttle as far as attacking the net in that game with the info that we had. So all in, it's always good to get another win. You take these along the way. You win some of these, you lose some as the season goes on. Good game on the whole. We got varsity coming up against Superior Spartans here at 2 o'clock.
Yep. A warm-up, a Zamboni.
And we'll
and
join.
Hot chocolate.
I like it. Hot chocolate. My coffee has gone cold. It is freezing underneath this table today.
And your hand must be cold because it's been stuck in that popcorn bag the entire third period.
It's actually warmer. Like the bag is. So I'm ready to ice fish here. I feel like I've been warmer in a tent before. But all right. Thank you to everybody who joined us for yet another Fusion JV broadcast here from the Baldwin United Civic Center. We'll be back here with about 5 minutes to start up the varsity game.
Yep. See you in a minute.